Now, one of many ways Israel, or more accurately Israelis, are commemorating the fallen might look a bit peculiar to some. We get together, or they get together and sing. Just sing along. Two main such events are currently underway, both of them long-standing traditions in the Israeli parliament and in the city of Tel Aviv. So to get a better understanding of how it all came to being, Carmit Levite, cultural contributor, is joining us now. Carmit, thank you for your time. So how did this tradition begin? What is the origin of it?
Well, it actually started pretty much around the 20th century when the first wave of Jews came to Israel and started building the country from nothing. They would work all day in the fields and build what they could with what they had. And in the evenings, they would sit and get together and sing songs. And that way they would know the language better and just get to know new songs. And as the years went by and as the wars continued to enter our lives, many songs were written and entered this sort of zeitgeist. And even I, as I grew up here, obviously, in Israel, and in schools, every Memorial Day, these songs became part of the tradition every Memorial Day,
right,
to sing and become part of us. So now it's just inseparable.
So tell us more about at least some of the most recognized or iconic songs that I would dare to say every single Israeli knows by heart. Many of them illustrating personal stories, right, of soldiers and in Israeli wars.
Indeed. It started with one specific song called The Silver Tray by Natan Alterman, who is sort of our national poet. It was like our Gettysburg Address. We would hear it every single year. That was in the 50s and the 60s. But nowadays, and these songs are a little like leaving us. But the famous ones are like the Friendship Song by Chaim Guri. He was a journalist, and he wrote words like, "We will remember them all. Our love is sanctified with blood. You will return to bloom among us." Yeah. Talking about camaraderie and the brethren who gave their lives for us. And later on in life, you have Evitar Banai, who wrote Fathers and Sons, who cries in the song, "Leave me alone so I can deal with my grief." So it's getting more, your own way of dealing with this on your own. You have Both from the Same Village, which was written by Naomi Shemer, who is also an iconic national poet, who wrote about these two brothers from this little village called Nahalal, and one of their village members died in the war. We're all the same, and one of us doesn't come back. And in fact, these brothers that she writes about, these very good friends, one of them indeed dies in one of the wars. So many, many songs are written by mothers, friends, brothers, about their loved ones as a way to commemorate their loss.
And let's talk about the mental effect that you've been alluding to, this sense of communal sorrow, the perhaps comfort, this togetherness, this brotherhood is providing.
Yes, well, I think we're such a small country, and sort of we only have each other, and the only language that connects all of us is music. It's a source of grief, and it's also a source of hope. Music is something that no language can encompass, except your heart is in it. When you watch a movie, you're crying because of the music more than what's actually happening. It's so powerful to have someone who's been through some grief that I can never understand, and someone who hasn't been through this grief, and be in it together with this music that means so much to each and every one of us.
And Carmit, you're speaking and we're seeing those live images from those major events, illustrating exactly what, or demonstrating rather, exactly what you've been describing, those crying faces, but together, side by side.
Indeed, to grief and hope together.
Carmit Levite, cultural contributor, thank you as always for your insight, always bringing us a different understanding of what's happening here. Thank you.
Thank you.